Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. We are here on a Tuesday night, as we are each week, to talk about whatever random show happens to be on the air. And that is right now Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3 and X-Men 97. So we will, of course, dive into the penultimate episode of The Bad Batch, like series, the last ever penultimate episode. That's crazy. And then more X-Men fun. Can't wait to talk about those. But first, I've got a little bit of a different lineup I'm looking at here because Garrison is first. Garrison, it's usually Brian that's first. Garrison is first this week.
I sniped Brian.
You did. How did you extra this week, my friend?
How did I extra this week? Well, I watched a few movies. I watched at least one in the theater. I've gotten further in the book. I didn't even think about what I was going to do for this segment.
That's okay.
I'm 52% of the way through Way of Kings, but how did I do it? Extra this week, I saw the Mystery of Ungentlemanly Warfare in
nice.
New Guy Ritchie vehicle starring Henry Cavill, the guy who plays Reacher on Amazon. A few other people that you recognize but probably wouldn't know their names.
Alan Richardson.
Alan Richardson. Yep. Jack Reacher. Yep.
A pretty stacked cast in terms of again, people that you would recognize.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
And honestly, I agree with Ozzy Nate's assessment that some of the Guy Ritchie stuff is a little toned down. It's also still a little there in some of the action scenes, of course. But I really enjoyed it. I really kind of want to dive into the history of that actual event now, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sure that there's some stuff that's embellished and not true. And, you know, I'm always fascinated by those kinds of things. Once you see a historical film, you kind of want to go and, okay, but what actually happened?
Let's find out the true story, right?
Yeah.
Were they SAS operators?
So
they're
they're criminals.
They're even like more secretive than the SAS.
Wow.
They're basically criminals that were given the chance to go and attack the Nazis.
They were a Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Kind of.
First Suicide Squad.
They're basically told if you're caught by the Nazis, you're gonna die. If you're caught by the Brits, you're going to jail for life. Good luck.
I liked the whole conceit, and I guess this isn't much of a spoiler, but like Ian Fleming being part of the movie.
That's true.
And then how Henry Cavill's character is rumored to be based on James Bond.
That's a great touch.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So he's playing Sauron?
Yes, exactly. He's playing Sauron. Exactly.
Well, they say Christopher Lee is who
exactly.
based James Bond off of. Right?
That's basically what. Yeah, that's
the new. That's a new story I heard today.
What was the movie where they threw the body into with the fake maps into the ocean and the Germans caught it? That was another World War II caper movie.
Oh, I don't know.
It was the Netflix one from a couple years ago.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
Who the heck was in that?
Guy from Downton Abbey.
Michael, you watched it. Was Tom Wamsgams in it too? Succession?
Yeah, I can't remember that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I knew exactly the movie.
My brain doesn't
work. This is the problem. Netflix movies, nobody remembers them.
Yeah, nobody remembers. Yeah,
that's right. We don't remember.
Matthew McFadden's in it.
Is it the three body problem? No,
no, I have not watched.
It was the one body problem.
That show's very too adult for me. I don't watch shows like Three Body Problem. I only watch shows like Bad Batch and X-Men 97. I can't do anything more adult than that. Brian, how did you extra this?
Operation Mincemeat.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Well, speaking of the coalescence of physical media and World War II, I started my rewatch of Band of Brothers.
Oh, nice.
I love me some Band of Brothers.
The sealed copy I'm giving away to the first person in chat who... no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That would just be Rhett. No, but Band of Brothers, I started rewatching this in my efforts to... anytime TikTok shows me a movie or a clip, I vow to watch the movie. I was like, I really need to rewatch this. Yeah. So David Schwimmer, just excellent, just great stuff.
Yeah, no, and that cast is pretty deep in the sense that a lot of those people went on to do bigger and better things. It wasn't just like the last thing that they did. Or
Tom
whatever.
Hardy and
McElroy.
Yeah, he's in it too.
Yep, I just saw that episode.
Garrison, did you go get your copy of Band of Brothers? Is that what you want to do?
No, I was gonna slightly amend mine and add these to my list as well.
Yes.
Very important to me.
Yeah, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I like how it's on some of the series they put 1 on the spine, and on others there's like nothing on the spine, like Obi-Wan.
Some are complete series.
Yeah.
Some are season 1.
But there's not going to be
but
a
it's
second.
So arbitrary because there's not going to be a season 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
No, there's not going to be a season of second.
There might be a season 2 of Moon Knight, but who knows?
Is there one on your Madam Web?
Oscar Isaac wants to do it. But.
I want a season 2 of Moon Knight. Moon Knight, I think, is criminally underrated. Like
I agree, Jacob.
It's a better show than
the Netflix shows. Like it actually gave us intriguing stuff, and it wasn't just like a heaping pile of crap.
Wait, did you say Netflix? You meant Disney, right?
I meant Disney, the Disney Marvel shows.
I was about to say.
If you compare it to, you compare it to Secret Invasion or She-Hulk. Right.
Secret Invasion.
Gosh,
terrible.
I can't wait to buy that Secret Invasion Steelbook and the She-Hulk Steelbook. I'm so excited.
The really sad thing is, I will.
Oh, I know. I will.
Michael just stinking picked up Madam Web.
I bought Madam Web. I've got to support Sony. I want the Sony Spider-Verse to continue. So
the thing is, I wouldn't have known when Madam Web came out until Mikey put that in there. But now I have to go get it.
You could use that to like polish your car. Just whatever you want to do with those discs.
I pre-ordered that bad boy day 1 when
Here's
I saw
the thing,
that pop
guys.
up
You don't
on
have
Amazon.
to buy that. You don't have to support
that. I want more Sony Spider-Verse, so I have to support.
Matt Smith will not come back and dance in a movie.
Matt Smith needs to come back. They need to have a prequel of just that character.
Oh man,
Dr. Earl, how did you extra this week?
Oh man, I didn't really get to see any movies this week, but I saw the penultimate episode of Shogun. I still got one more to go.
One more.
Dude, you're slowly getting through that show.
And the Crimson Sky episode was so good.
Man,
and
so good.
I'm just really impressed with the acting in this series.
Yeah, I am too. Cosmo Jarvis or whatever his name is.
John Blackthorne.
Yeah, like
I'm John Blackthorne.
Like third version of Tom Hardy. Because there's that American actor that looks like Tom Hardy also. Then there's this guy that looks like Tom Hardy.
Well, I didn't like him at first. I didn't really like him at first.
You don't
but
like
he's kind of grown. He's grown.
The guy
once he cut his hair.
Once he cut his hair, I was like, okay.
This isn't the guy from Upgrade, right?
No, this is yet another guy.
What is up? No,
I'm not putting that out there for people to see that. Jacob, how did you extra this week?
Yes, this past Wednesday, girlfriend and I and a couple other friends, we were champions technically of Marvel trivia. Now we technically took second place, but we had the same amount of right answers and the same amount of points.
Okay.
So the final round, we all had our point totals, and there was one question, and we had to bet what, wager, like a into Jeopardy type of deal. Yeah. And we both were at 44 points. We both bet 44 points. We both got it correct. They turned theirs in first.
Oh, it was a timing thing. See, you're probably going to trigger Rhett with this mention of trivia because he begs Earl and I to go to trivia with him, and we never go. And so
you see what
I love trivia.
You see what Red just wrote.
We only missed two. That's funny. We only missed two questions.
Yeah.
One was, what was Thor's first line in the MCU?
I don't see. I'm so bad.
That was so hard. I don't.
Wow, that's hard. Wasn't it like knocking out a frost giant or something?
Yeah, he's like swinging his hammer when he.
It might be hello there actually.
Right?
Brian,
he probably
it's something witty about war or something or come back or something. I can't remember
with all that.
I'm
That's
happy
why I don't do trivia because
okay.
I could not do that type of thing.
What was the other question you missed, Jake?
I can't remember now off the top of my head. The final question though was a pretty good one. It was, which Avenger does Thor not have a single interaction with in the MCU?
Oh, interesting.
Hawkeye? No,
the Wasp.
Well, she's not.
Yeah, I mean, who are we counting as Avengers? Is the original?
Yeah,
not the original six.
Oh, not the. Oh, okay. So it's stretching.
But They've been called Avenger, like an
Okay.
Avenger.
Oh.
Interesting.
Mm,
Does he ever
okay.
interact with Spider-Man?
Mm-mm.
Maybe that
Yeah.
Really?
is that the
Yeah.
question?
Spider-Man
never-
would be the answer. Yep.
Spider-Man's
He's
the answer.
never-
Okay.
They've got to
Interesting.
remedy that because that would be a good
Spider-Man,
Brent
huh?
says Falcon, but
Well, it was
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's the answer. Okay. Interesting.
The team that we tied with, I was very surprised they got what was the very first MCU movie wrong. And when I
What?
went, when I went and talked to them, they're like, "Yeah, we had
MC
no
movie
idea."
what?
The first
just got-
MCU movie,
That's
They got
crazy
it
that
wrong.
they got
it
that
wrong.
Oh wow,
Iron
Oh.
Man, like
Iron Man,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like the easiest question in the world.
It's
They
like
were like,
I
"We
don't
had
know
no
what
idea."
that-
it's such an easy question that maybe they were thrown
Did they
by
say
it.
X-Men or something? Or
No,
what did they
well,
say?
I went and talked. They're like, "Yo, we had
Spider-
no clue. I have no idea
Really?
what order those
That's
came
like-
out in."
Yeah,
That's
I know.
wild.
Like what?
Did they not know the
I mean,
order?
you
They
of
were
them?
they're older
You don't
than
even
me
have
too.
to know the order. You just need to know the first film.
Right.
No, right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
I'm like, they were alive in 2008. Oh, there we go. What was Stan Lee's last cameo? That's right. Thank you, Taylor.
Oh God.
Oh, they're
no,
here.
You do
Oh,
not.
that
was
is that
Endgame.
your girlfriend?
Right?
That is.
It's
She does
Endgame.
not need to be in a chat with Rhett. She does not need to.
Yeah, tell her to go.
She needs
leave
to get
immediately.
out of the chat
Leave now.
immediately.
No, we're
Like,
just kidding.
run, Taylor,
No,
run.
Taylor, it's cool. We're
It's-
glad to have you.
Oh gosh, you need to get out of that chat, Taylor. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, my
Break
extra.
once.
So you know,
Let's see. His last cameo was in.
It was Endgame, wasn't it?
We
Is that
said
right?
Captain Marvel.
Oh,
Mm,
okay.
Yeah, he's in the car and like he's like a hippie driving with his wife or whatever. Yeah.
I tell
Make
you,
love,
right.
not war, or whatever he says at the.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I thought he was on the moon with a watcher at one point. What movie
That's
was
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I think.
Okay,
There was a
you go.
question about that too. What like character was he? Like what was his cameo in that one?
Wasn't he the postman who just happened to get up on the? I don't know.
Well, he was supposed to be like a watcher, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the.
Right. Taylor, people that say that are not.
Yeah, don't
safe.
listen to them. They're not
Don't
safe.
listen. Okay.
Be nice, everyone.
My
I'm sorry.
extra, at 45 years old, I never thought in my life I would see the perfect movie, and I saw the perfect movie, and it's called Extreme Prejudiced. It's from 1987. It's directed by Walter Hill. Story by John Milius. It's got Nick Nolte in it.
Milius?
Powers Booth.
Oh my
Michael
goodness.
Ironside, Rip Torn.
It's
I mean,
probably-
the cast even goes deeper than that. Clancy Brown, William Forsythe. This is Larry B. Scott. If you don't know that name,
Look at
he's
this movie.
the limp-wristed throwing style. Yes, 5 stars. It is. It's 5 stars.
A Texas Ranger and a ruthless narcotics kingpin. They were childhood friends. Now they are adversaries.
That's right.
Whoa!
It
sounds like
is.
Pete.
Freaking awesome. Nick Nolte
Wait.
and Powers Booth,
Look at
Are
this
the-
cast,
Dead.
man.
the said friends. Nick Nolte's still alive. But
No,
yeah.
sorry. It said the one of the things says they're all officially dead.
Oh yeah. Because the Michael Ironside leads a group of elite soldiers who are quote unquote supposed to be dead, like off the books. So they're very much like the gentleman.
Don Milius is a crazy man,
So,
so it's
you
going to be
think this
good.
is you think this is a perfect movie, and I noticed Dave's score in the corner over there.
I don't care about Dave's score. He doesn't have any good taste.
So, what
Um,
brought you to this movie, Michael? How?
I own it.
Yeah,
and
it says
so
Blu-ray.
I own it. So I was like, I
Of
guess
course,
I need
Michael
to
owns it.
finally watch this movie. And I was in heaven the whole time.
Do you
It
own
is-
this on Laserdisc?
No, it's a Blu-ray. I have a Blu-ray of it.
Nice.
Vestron Video Blu-ray of it. It is
Wow.
it is so freaking good, man.
Wow, Burgess
I mean,
gave it 4 stars.
yeah, that's not enough. You got to give it 5. It's a 5, that's a 5-star. It's a 5-star
You disagree
movie.
with his review.
I
it
probably
is-
saw this in 1970 something,
Dude.
so it's
Michael, you
the
gave
di-
this
The
5
dialogue is some of the best dialogue I've ever heard. The screenplay is so freaking
Is
awesome.
this from the Go-Go brothers or what? The Golan and Golan?
No.
Whatever.
It's Vassar and what's the guy's names?
Hold on.
Let's see.
Produced
I'm
by
not.
Buzz. Produced by Buzz Fight Shins.
No, Kasser and Vanya. Those guys are hardcore.
I think I agree with Rhett right now.
I know. Sorry about that. All right, we'll get away from Extreme Prejudice. We will dive into the
We're glad you've
penultimate.
seen the perfect movie.
I've now seen the perfect movie. I'm sorry. I
thought you were
now
going
have.
to talk about Lawrence of Arabia, but okay.
No, I've now seen the perfect movie, and it's called Extreme Prejudice.
Okay.
But anyways, we are going to talk about Flash Strike, the final penultimate episode of Bad Batch. Yeah. But kind of another setup episode to, so we've had three.
Like it. Yeah.
We had 3 setup episodes.
I got a lot to pay off.
Final episode that's coming out this morning or Wednesday morning. I liked it for what it was. I mean, it's infiltration. The Batch is infiltrating. I like that the Empire knew about it. Yeah. I like that they're like, these guys are coming. We know they're coming. And so I did like that aspect of it. Garrison, any high level thoughts about it first, just before we go detail?
Setting me up, high level thoughts. I was going to say something similar in that it is very much a setup, but it's a setup for the finale. So I was okay with that more than I had been with other setup episodes that we've had in this show. I liked the progression of the plot. I like where the chess pieces were moved to. But you're right. Ultimately, I mean, kind of we're in the waiting area of, okay, but what's going to happen tomorrow?
Yeah.
With the Kiners tweeting out all kinds of stuff about.
Oh, yes, they are.
I'm like, what the heck?
I didn't even bother. Yeah, I didn't even bother looking at their tweets this week. But yeah, I mean, or saving them for the show. But yeah, they did tweet out all kinds of crazy stuff. It's interesting. Those crazy Kiners. Brian, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, lots of individual setups and some minor payoffs. All kinds of callbacks to different series, like with the Zilla Beast, and it just goes.
Oh, the Zilla Beast, yeah.
Yeah, it's just lots of little tiny things. Even like I think it's not a 2-1B. It's the Forlom type robot with the bug eyes. The
one with the crazy voice. That's not Forlom, but yeah,
no,
I know the one you're talking about.
It's
where Echo got the hand.
Yeah,
which was very clever.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I like that. I think he could walk around. Anyway, cool stuff. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Dr. Earl. I caught you in the mid yawn. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Long day. I mean, I liked it as far as the setup episode. I liked the when they came after them in the ships and they were just like shoot them down.
Yeah,
and
kill them.
So I thought there was some like high peril with this one. And then we won't get into this stuff. But overall, I liked it. I think there's still a lot to pay off. There's still a lot to pay off for this last episode. We've only got one more to go, right? And there's so many questions still to be figured out. But I mean, I like Omega's story, as she's. I'm still not sure what she's doing in the walls, just climbing around. I know she's trying to find the way out, but anyway,
one way out.
Oh yeah, man! If they bring in some Andy Serkis, I'm all in.
Yeah,
I'll hand it off to. I'll do a warm handoff.
They've got a lot to tie. I'm hearing the last episode's only 15 minutes long, so I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna tie it all together in a nice bow. But
it better be like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It'll be 45. I'm with Brian. I'm seeing around 45, 47. Like, it's not going to be over an hour like some people are saying. I can't imagine.
Somebody's going to die, though.
They all need to die. We've talked about
that's
this.
fair.
No,
that's fair.
Wipe them up.
Roth, what did you think on this one?
Good.
Yeah, it would have been really nice if this episode and last episode were combined, and this was the last episode of the Deucecast Extra that we're covering the Bad Batch. Not that this show has been bad, but it just makes more sense because
I like to stretch it out.
Just so much setup, and I don't know if we're just like spoiled by the like HBO Game of Thrones version of penultimate episodes.
All right, or Shogun. That
really, it's where all the crazy stuff happens.
Yeah,
and that's kind of been the trend since Game of Thrones, I think, in TV. is that all the shows, okay, penultimate episode, crazy stuff, and then the final episode is kind of wrap up.
It's
of
just like
that
the
stuff,
come
clean
down.
up,
It's like the come
and
down of what
set up for
happened in the
next season.
penultimate. Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. I mean, so they're obviously taking the reverse.
That's not
of
the
that, though.
Filoni way, though.
That's
Right.
not the Filoni way. He wants the finale to be something huge. So
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I am too.
it needs to be. I think it needs to end on a high note. And really, Filoni is not really involved with this show that much. By the way, I mean,
No,
he's
I
sort
think
of,
he did the brief skeleton outline.
yeah. This is not really his baby.
Hey,
per
wouldn't
se.
it be cool if those Bad Batch guys had their own show?
Yeah, exactly. And then somebody just ran with that. That was his pitch, and then
Yeah.
somebody ran with that. Yeah, I mean, a couple of things that I liked, just to sort of dive into the details of the episode. I mean, obviously, something that I had been thinking would happen all season finally kind of did happen with Emery finally kind of turning a corner. Yeah, she met
That's the
Echo.
name, isn't it?
And Echo kind of like guilted her and like, you're a clone. Why are you doing what you're doing? I can't believe you're doing what you're doing. And she's finally to the point now where she's going to, it seems like, help Omega and the children, as she called them, escape. So that was, for me, that was the most important moment of the episode. The Zillow Beast thing, of course, we're going to have the Zillow Beast in this show. I mean, this has always been a very monster-driven show.
Yes, kids and animals.
Kids and animals. That's kind of been. I mean, even in this earlier in this episode, when they're in the forest or in the jungle, they run into a beast of some type.
It's such a setup, and I'm kind of like that. That was the one thing that I was like, oh, okay.
You're tired of the Zillow.
Well, I'm tired of like the Empire torturing animals or holding animals, and that it's so
right.
This is just evidence of how awful they are,
and it's truly the worst thing the Empire does as well, is the torture of animals, not slaves or
not
slaves,
scripted troops.
Like in this show, like there's no Andor like level of oppression. It's just like, oh, they're just a little bit mean to these big creatures that could kill you anyway,
Right.
Anyway.
And what was neat about it, like they were using like some sort of beam to control it, but I don't think they have understood that it Empire that it
that's what I said.
That it absorbs and grows bigger.
Yeah, I mean, and I think this is like a bioengineered Zillow Beast, though. This isn't like one that they captured. Weren't they into bioengineering of them at some point?
Yeah, but I think they did capture the one. We had a whole episode about them capturing one.
It was a baby.
Oh, this is the baby all grown up. Okay. That makes sense.
She's going to probably electrocute it, and it's going to go, whatever.
I do want to again.
I don't know if this is the baby all grown up. Maybe this is the one from Clone Wars. That they
that one from Clone Wars
that was on Coruscant,
the massive one, the really big one. That could be too. The ship design still really good in this. I just love anything space battle has been really strong on Bad Batch.
I love that chase where they shot him down.
Mm-hmm.
They had to make the decision in Rampart. Yeah, where they went through the clouds.
They're
she
really
would not
good
survive that, but I mean,
with space battles,
nothing out into trees, but
that's right.
It's not.
This will be always called a real statement fights economy. That's right.
So as it wasn't easy for the Bad Batchers, right? Nothing
has been this season, really.
They got shot down. They, having to evade, use their like seer training to escape the troopers, and then plus to infiltrate the base. Just all kinds of like espionage type stuff. It felt like there was real risk in this episode. I liked. Did Garrison? Did you say risk? It was like super high.
Super high risk. Yeah. I agree.
And you felt it.
Yeah, this did have a little tension, like building up to it.
Sure.
If I said risk, I don't want to take credit for that because I genuinely don't remember that at this point.
It was 2 episodes ago. You don't remember?
Oh.
Well, another, I think, hopefully, it could end up being an important moment. I guess we're going to find out in a few hours. But when Rampart
about 7 days.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He said we'll find out in a few hours. I said, how about we'll find out in 7 days when I watch it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
7
Wait,
days,
you guys aren't
23
staying up for the
hours.
I might
finale?
stay up for
I
this
am
finale.
not staying up.
I
for
might
this
stay
finale.
up for this finale. Actually,
I am not.
the no, she was just scared to be in the same chat with you, Rhett. It has nothing to do with the show. The moment when Rampart and Crosshair are having that conversation in the jungle, and Rampart sort of is not really believing that Crosshair has totally turned. I find that interesting. I think that that's something that is going to get paid off in one way or another. Hopefully not in a bad way. Hopefully this isn't a situation where Crosshair flips back. And
I don't think so. I think Crosshair's going to
Yeah,
get
that
it.
wouldn't.
I think
I don't think that would.
why have that dialogue then?
I think Rampart's going to take one for the team.
I do too. I think he's.
Oh, I think
Rampart?
Rampart's. No, I think Rampart's.
You think he's going to shoot them all?
I think he's going to turn.
Yeah,
Or
I think he's
not
already
turn,
like.
not turn even. I think he's just going to be a part of the Empire. I mean,
I think Rampart's practically out of this. Like he might give him a couple tips on what they're going to do. But yeah, I think,
right. I mean, he's trying to get back in the good graces. I'm pretty sure Rampart's going to talk to Hemlock and help him out. I mean, I don't think that he's going to.
Oh, Rampart, yes.
To save his own
I'm
hide,
thinking of-
you're saying?
Yeah.
Like,
save his own hide because he's captured now.
Right.
So I just think, yeah.
No, you're right about Rampart. I was thinking about Crosshair.
Yeah,
Oh,
Crosshair
no.
sacrifice incoming.
I think maybe that's a possibility, but at the same time, that line of dialogue does make me nervous that Crosshair is going
You
to
think
flip.
he's still got some kind of chip or something?
That's
where
what
they
makes me
flip it?
nervous. Like
Yeah.
like something like
'Cause,
there's some
that's why his hand
conditioning.
twitches,
The
because
trimmer in the hand. There's some
Yeah.
conditioning that's going to
interesting.
click back in. Like if he hears
But
Hemlock's voice or something.
well, but here's what I think will happen: his love of Amiga,
Oh.
his friendship will make him fight against that thing, whatever it is.
That
if
could
that
be.
does
That's a
happen,
good point.
and then he's going to get killed.
Like we'll think
He's going to sacrifice himself.
we'll think as a viewer that he flips back over, but then by the end of the episode, he'll
Yeah.
sacrifice himself to save Omega.
He'll
That
fight
could be.
his programming.
That could be. Fight,
This is a
fight-
bit of a nitpick, but at one point Crosshair says she could have just left me here when we escaped, but she didn't. No, she couldn't have. She couldn't have escaped without Crosshair.
without him. No, she couldn't.
Just
by
like
herself.
she needed
Yeah.
Crosshair to escape.
She
too.
needed Crosshair to help.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
what?
no.
She uses
Really?
people.
Well,
Well,
You know.
but she went back for him, right? Isn't that? But still, you're
Well,
right.
no, but she
but-
did because she needed him, though.
Right.
Yeah, well,
I mean, she needed.
She doesn't know how to fly a ship. Like
Yeah, well, she does, but not like she couldn't
Not
have
like
done it by
Crosshair.
herself.
Yeah.
She couldn't have done that by herself. I mean, there was like
She's-
2 battalions of stormtroopers coming after her. I mean,
she's as brilliant as Korra on Rebel Moon. She's that smart.
I don't get that reference.
I don't either.
Oh, the movie Rebel Moon. Okay, well,
guys,
yeah,
Korra's the main
character
protagonist of our
Sophia
story.
Boutella.
She is of the utmost importance.
Ah,
Zack Snyder laying the ground for.
I'll
hey, somebody
find
wake
out
Jacob
in
up.
the-
Could you bring him back from?
I'll find
Space.
out in the longer cut.
That's right. You're watching the
whenever that
director's
comes.
cuts.
Yeah,
The hard
same.
R.
It
We
will.
got the hard R rating for extreme violence, graphic nudity. So there's the hard R
Hey
version.
Mikey,
that's coming out.
we can't say hard R anymore because kids my age think that you're referring to the N word.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I
What?
didn't know that. I did not
There
know
are
that.
idiots online who, if you say hard R now, they go, "Oh, you know what you mean by that."
No, I'm referring to the rating of a
What?
film. So no, that's
yeah.
not what I'm referring to at all.
I don't know what you kids are talking about. Anyway,
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Rhett's so
Here's all you need to know about Roma: the faster the light starts running on coal.
they got to
They
fire up the
actually
burners.
Run on coal.
Clean
Uh,
coal. Coal
yes.
is the best. Everybody knows. We're going to start mining for coal again. We're going to open those mines back up, and we're going to run our space program.
Somebody
Space
call
Force,
West Virginia.
full clean coal.
Someone call West Virginia.
We're firing it up.
Call that guy from West Virginia who sang that song. He will help us get the coal.
Somebody call the University of West Virginia. Tell them to hire back Bob Huggins because we are back, baby.
Oh,
Love it.
gosh, I love it. Let's see what else happened in this episode. I mean, we kind of covered everything. Here's what I'm puzzled by. Yeah, she did all. We talked about all the climbing, but here's what I'm puzzled by. We've got these not Jedi, but these Force-used children. We still haven't seen them use the Force. We still haven't seen these kids.
Well,
they're supposedly Force sensitive.
Have we been told they're? We know they have midichlorians. Have we been told
we've seen
Force?
the baby use the Force.
We've seen the baby. We've seen the little baby use the Force a little bit, but we haven't seen in anything else. We haven't seen anyone else.
All we know is that they have a high midichlorian count.
I guess technically.
It'll be on Disney Kids, like Force Baby.
Well, there is a Disney Kids show that is canon. That's very important that we all watch.
No, it's not. It's not real canon.
It's canon.
It's not G level canon.
It's not.
It's more. It's more canon than the Freemaker Adventures.
Yeah. I'm more canon than the Freemaker Adventures.
we don't count Lego here, Mikey.
Canon adjacent. That's what they said about the Freemaker Adventures, is they were canon adjacent. That term was used for a Lego show at some point.
Hey, the Star Wars holiday special, Lego special, I'm sure is canon adjacent some way.
All those, yeah. There's multiple, like there's a Halloween one,
yeah,
a Christmas
I watched all
one.
of them.
They're all, yeah, I've seen all of them too. There's a summer one,
Life Day one, Mikey, not Christmas one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Life Day. And then they've got the summer vacation one. It's the summer.
If it's the Christmas special, they would need Linus to come in and read the Gospel of Luke.
That's right. That's true. And they will never have that. Although The Chosen is going to be airing on Disney Plus. Yeah,
or
Hulu, I guess.
Hulu on Disney Plus, but yeah.
But if you got Hulu and Disney Plus, it'll be.
Yeah, sorry, Earl, you won't be able to watch The Chosen.
Either of them.
Sorry.
I've seen it live. I watched it live.
You did it all live.
I'm that old.
2,000 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's time to speculate. What do we think is going to happen in The Cavalry Has Arrived?
Rex shows
we already said one thing. We already speculate that Crosshair is going to save the day in some way, and maybe lose his life doing so.
I think Echo gets a message out to Rex, and Rex brings backup. Hence, I also think Cavalry has arrived, maybe referring to the Zillow Beast more so than an on your left moment.
Right, that could be.
I think it's going to be an on your left moment. We're going to have a repeat of episode 9. Rex is going to show up and say the exact same line that
I'm here, Poe.
On your left. I brought a sage Ventress.
A sage.
What does he say to? What does he say to them? I don't even remember. He says some line, and then everyone else shows up, and you're like, "Oh yeah,
Lando." It's something like, "We've got your back, Poe." Something like that.
We've got your back, Poe, and then all these ships show up. Yeah, and he does some dumb laugh. And the end nubs over there. Yeah.
Lando.
Omega's going to be all the Jedi.
Yeah.
What I'm feeling here.
I just don't want this motley crew cast of people from every episode to come in.
Right.
I'm glad that I know who I am.
I need to know exactly who is being labeled here.
I don't know what he's referring to.
What show are we talking about? I don't know.
So, do we think Wolf is going to be a part of this episode, the finale?
Yeah, he'll bring Wolf along. I think
Wolf and they'll show up.
The other guy's name,
Gregor.
Wolf and Gregor.
Yeah.
Gregor. He's crazy.
Wolf, Gregor, all the other.
Does Ahsoka show up?
No.
I think we're getting no Jedi.
Not.
Does Vader show up?
Except for Grogu.
Wait. We're forgetting about Tech.
You think Tech's going to bite it?
Tech's already kind of
dead.
No, the assassin.
The assassin. Yeah, he did not. Interestingly, he hasn't shown up.
I would have thought he would have been like really.
Yeah, didn't he go somewhere, or was he like he went off into the sunset and?
Yeah, he'll be in the finale for sure because there's going to be some payoff reveal of who that is under the helmet.
Hunter's going to be fighting him one-on-one. He's going to knock his helmet off and be like, "Tech."
Or just like half of it will come off.
Oh yeah,
like Vader.
Half of it'll come off, and then it'll make Hunter pause, and then Tech's just going to shoot him in the face, and Hunter's
Stab him.
dead. Hunter's dead.
It might be Hunter who dies, though. We don't know yet.
He has been in this particular season so
That
little.
would suck. Yeah, I mean, there's no story for him, and
There's
then you
no
just
story
kill him
for
off
him.
and throw him to the side.
Like,
Yeah,
That'd be
like
awful.
why would we or the characters be sad about that?
exactly. Yeah, like nobody would care at this point if Hunter died.
I
I'd
think
still
I
care
think I
if-
would come on here and rant if that
Yeah,
happened.
if that happened. I mean, it would be a good dramatic moment though if that is Tech, if the Clone X is Tech, and it causes Hunter to like stop fighting him, and then he just caps him. I mean, that
What if they walk out on
Yeah.
a bridge and then they get in the middle and they have a conversation, and then he just stabs him and he falls just like
Yeah.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this? Okay.
Red, I'm sorry, we only cover Disney Plus shows as
And
well
Fallout
as
dropped all at once. So
Yellowstone.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
how
Red.
dare-
That
how dare
wrong
it drop.
channel. You came to the wrong place for that. My bad.
we
Not
only
really,
cover
my bad.
prestige television.
We only cover
Yeah.
prestige Disney
Nothing written
Plus
by
television.
Jonathan Nolan, the
For
lesser
real.
brother.
Gosh,
Granted, he did only make one good season of Westworld.
this is
That-
season 2 had some good moments in it, but yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, ultimately you're
Well,
right.
I've been enjoying Fallout. I've still got a couple episodes because I'm slow.
Fallout's
I
good.
still need to start it.
Yeah.
Fallout's a good show.
Don't-
Even if
don't-
you haven't played the game, it's a good show. Yeah.
I've played New Vegas.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, you'll probably like the show then, because you'll at least know stuff of that world.
Yeah.
So you'll probably like Rhett knows the world very well, and so
Mhm.
there was a lot of good Easter eggs that he knew about. For me, I didn't know any of that stuff, but I still really enjoyed the show. So, anyways, there's our Fallout coverage. I mean, that's the way Prime wants it. Prime
Mhm.
drops everything at once. They just
Mhm.
want like 5 seconds of coverage of it. So that's what they get. They get 5
But they don't do all their shows that way. But anyway, that's another
No.
story.
Do not. Exactly. They do not.
We're going to cover Rings of Power in 3 years when season 2
Yes.
comes out.
Yeah,
Yes.
in 3 years when it comes out.
We can do that and the Wheel of Time series season.
Yes. Hey,
Dr. Earl does like Wheel of Time.
I
He's
do
the
love
only one
me
that I
some
know that
Wheel of
watches
Time.
it, but he does enjoy the Wheel of
I'm
Time.
loving Wheel of Time.
It's so good.
Isn't
I agree with
Sanderson
Harrison's
affiliated
face.
with that somehow?
Oh,
He
God,
finished the
yeah.
books?
So yes, and also he's like pretty
Who?
critical of some of the choices they've made in the show on his podcast. So,
Mm.
and he's involved in like the scripts still, like in terms of they send him the scripts and go, "What do you think we should do?" And he sends them the notes, and then obviously they
They
don't
don't do
always listen.
They don't listen. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he finished the book series after the guy died, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
So I think that we can put a bow on the penultimate episode of the Bad Batch. We're 38 minutes in, so we need to jump over to X-Men.
Yes.
Let us talk about an episode that apparently David Dollar did not like.
What?
And, like, how could you
Yeah,
not
he
like?
said that in the Discord.
I
Wait,
was
is
just
David
like, I
actually
don't know.
watching?
He is watching it.
This
I guess.
is like the first one where I'm like, okay, I see where people are like coming from with their excitement for this. Like,
it was an
this was
awesome
awesome.
episode.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Now, I
Yeah.
originally did not dig this episode. Now I'm like, oh,
Yeah, that's right.
okay.
Yeah.
I came around on it.
Did you rewatch it a second time?
I know. I just thought about it more. I was like, I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
I didn't know the villain.
Yeah, I
until
didn't
I had
either.
to do some research on it.
Which
'cause
one? Which one?
The one at the very
Bastion?
end.
The one in
Bastion.
the one in her vision, or the You're talking Bastion,
how
guy-
about Theo James with an incredible voice performance?
Yeah.
dude. You know
Yeah,
who I
he was
thought it
good.
was? I
He
thought it
was
was
good.
Jimmy Simpson again.
I didn't.
I thought it was
Yes,
like more
yes,
Jimmy Simpson.
absolutely,
I thought it was.
absolutely.
I thought it was
I thought
Hemlock.
he had. Yeah. Hemlock is over here now.
But dude, really good voice work from him for sure. I mean, he was. Oh man, that character is creepy. But the character that I thought that they did that quick flash of was Nimrod, right? I mean, in her vision, she saw Nimrod for a second.
Nimrod is coming. Yeah.
Okay,
Nimrod.
okay.
Mhm.
So that just wasn't, for
All
And
right.
I didn't know that character. I had to
Yeah,
learn
this
about
is-
that one.
that's a
this is the-
Claremont thing, right?
This is the first time you're losing me.
I think Nimrod's a Claremont thing.
Well, it's sort of like a Sentinel
Yes,
that's a little
created
more.
by Chris Claremont and John Romita Jr.
Yeah. He's like
Yeah.
a super sentinel, basically. I mean, he's almost
Sort-
like what we
sort of,
saw.
yeah. I don't know much about him, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's kind of what
he was in the the credits, I think, too.
Yes.
Somebody said.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Derived from the biblical figure described in Genesis as a mighty hunter.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, and
There's a
like
lot of
Noah's
people that-
grandson. He's in
lot of
Second
people that do
Chronicles
that.
somewhere, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just-
Exactly. You're right, Nimrod. You're right.
We need a reaction show to
We
our
need a
show, Rhett. So you can
reaction
do
to our
the
show.
reaction, but do it
Exactly.
MSK. I can't even say it. MST3K style.
Exactly. So, I mean, basically, we've got Rogue, who has just gone.
I didn't like
completely
that part.
She's gone rogue.
She's gone totally
I
rogue.
see what you did there.
We're definitely seeing.
Hey, Sugar.
She's got
her better
super-
outfit, right? Her green,
Sugar.
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
traditional rogue outfit.
Yeah, it's more traditional outfit, but she's going crazy.
She's a lot of grief, but
Sure.
Yeah, see, I liked. So a lot of the mutants are very angry after the events of the island blowing up, which is
As
an
they should be.
understandable,
Yeah,
very
sure.
understandable position. But Rogue clearly, like the show clearly lets you know that she kind of takes it too far at the end when she throws Trask off the building.
Yeah.
Because just by the way that everyone else kind of starts reacting, like, oh, that's not who we are.
Yeah, even
Everyone except
Wolverine was like,
Wolverine.
yeah,
Yeah.
that to me felt a little too far. I don't like that. But apparently, though, there's a thing with Bastion where he like possesses people. So apparently, he's possessed Trask, with those eyes were glowing green at the end there. Like he
didn't possess him. He's a sentinel.
He's turned him into a
Well,
human.
I'm sorry, they turn him into living sentinels. Is what he
Yeah,
did.
living
Yeah.
sentinels.
Yeah.
It's not like a possession thing though. It's just like a science thing. No, he's not actually, Rhett.
No.
he's not.
We can't
depicted-
show. No, don't show that.
Nobody knows
He's
what
not a
the,
midget, right?
we oh. Okay. That's not a word you're allowed to say. Anyway.
Sometimes it is. It depends on the
It depends.
temperature of the day.
It does, exactly. Gosh, there were so many storylines in this show. I mean, in this one episode, there was like 4 different storylines that we're following. First we get the funeral, which is pretty morose. We get Nightcrawler doing the funeral.
Rogue doesn't show up.
Rogue not
I
there.
did like Nightcrawler. Just his little speech he gave.
That was great.
Oh
How
yeah,
he was still had his
His
Catholic
faith.
faith in there.
Mhm.
yeah.
I just watched X2 last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What'd you think?
Very good. I
Yeah,
I
like
had it
that one a
rated
lot.
as 3 stars on Letterboxd. I'm wrong. That's a 4-star movie.
It's great.
Nice. That's
Nice.
the way to come around.
That
Bring
was
it.
actually we were the Nightcrawlers for our trivia
cool.
team name because
Oh,
we're
that's cool.
Catholic.
Yeah. And
I
blue.
think Michael is frozen.
That's good.
Yeah, he looks frozen.
Michael.
Either that or he's pulling a long con right
Yeah,
now. Where he's
wow.
just trying to fake us out.
We're still all here.
But yeah, the Nightcrawler stuff
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
was good.
I really enjoyed the funeral stuff. And Mikey was trying to go through the 4 different storylines. I actually don't know what 4 different storylines
well,
there
the
but Rogue is kind of the driving factor after that point.
Well,
really
there's still the
felt like.
Cyclops and Jean Grey story, right? Is that
Right.
what
Yes, and then there's also Beast on the island too. Yeah.
Yeah, the aftermath, like the war, like recovering from the damage and like how all the people are surviving, and it was really interesting.
Bye,
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah.
And there were 4.
His computer
This is
crashed.
our show now.
His computer crashed. Yeah, I really enjoyed.
Well,
That's
Claxton,
true.
he's Catholic, so
For a man of strong faith, Nightcrawler knows an awful lot. He did. Yeah, he had a good little analogy there, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that was Gambit's influence kind of
mhm.
coming through there.
Welcome,
you know.
Clax. Welcome.
Which is weird that they would know each other that well because we haven't really seen that many interactions. But a lot of that stuff obviously happens off screen too.
Mhm.
We're just
Well,
supposed
and
to
the-
assume.
Did he have was Nightcrawler part of the original series?
So I haven't watched it all the way through, but the stuff I watched, he wasn't really a part of. So
Wasn't he originally like not good, right? But he was not. Or was he always a good?
So his father's not good, right?
His father is
Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's part of that underground group, which I always forget their names.
The Morlocks.
The Morlocks. Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
born from the Morlock clan. And then, of course, he was hunted and rejected. And so at first, because of his blue skin, and he looks like a devil, obviously, with a tail and 3 fingers. And so there was a season where he was like exploited by a bunch of circus people.
Yes,
I think.
I remember that series, that
Yeah.
comic, the book.
Yeah, yeah. But then he came to like peace with himself through his faith, I think, is what is pretty interesting of him. Although he wasn't a priest when I first started reading that kind of something that sort of developed over time. Michael, welcome back.
I don't know what. It's
Hey,
your
caller,
fault,
what's
girl.
your? It's my fault.
It's
I know,
your
'cause
computer. Your computer.
my computer was
My
crashing.
computer's sick.
I sucked
It's
the
like-
energy from yours. I was like,
It's like It Follows. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
So where were we?
Nightcrawler. I don't know that we'll
We're
ever
talking
see
about
him in the show.
Nightcrawler's eulogy, and we've moved, which was what's Gambit?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll ever see him in the show, but we see him in Deadpool and Wolverine. Azazel is Nightcrawler's father, who I mentioned before, being kind of a villain, not a good person.
Yeah.
But
although that's kind of messed up in the Sony timeline with their continuity.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
You mean
Where
Fox?
where
You mean Fox? not Sony.
Magneto is
Fox,
Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
right.
Sony doesn't screw that.
No,
stuff up. Come on.
Brian Cox's character next to like, and his son mind control Nightcrawler to turn.
That's what's going on. Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Master.
I can't remember Brian Cox's character's name.
Well, Brian Cox is
He's a
he's one of those guys. He's either Trask or I think he is Bolivar Trask.
Striker.
Striker. That's right.
He's a made up. He's kind of Striker's more of the military guy.
Right. So that's what I mean. Like the X-Men think that he's bad, and he's really not.
For the very first start of the movie, until they kind of track him down and
right.
God, right. Luckily, luckily Nightcrawler is not the real person portraying the character. So that's right.
Wow.
Jeez, Brett.
Let's.
So
where does it go from here? Rogue freaks out.
Well, I mean, we don't have
They're
to
like,
go in.
where is Rogue? She's not even at the funeral. And then she's
exactly.
like, I'm going to
Jubilee
I'm
really freaks out about that.
Yeah, Jubilee's not happy. Jubilee's upset that Rogue's not there. So there was the Roberto Jubilee storyline also, where
that's another one. Yep.
There was so much going on in this like 37-minute episode.
Something with his mom, right, or something.
Well, right.
He comes out to his mom.
He comes out to his mom.
Yeah.
Basically,
As a mutant.
She's rich and doesn't care, and is happy
She's
about it,
rich.
but wants him
Well,
to keep him
she's
quiet.
rich. She doesn't care, and she's
She
also
always
worried about the
knew.
optics. She's worried about the optics. She's worried about the shareholders. Very, very real world parallels there. I mean,
Can't you just stop being a mutant?
And he's Sunspot, right? That's his.
Yeah, he's Sunspot, but yeah. So far, they haven't mentioned that in the show, though, have they? They just call him Roberto.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
They
show his powers where he.
Yeah, I don't
They
know
did.
That I don't know that they've called him Sunspot, but we know that because of I mean, he's a character he was in the New Mutants movie. If you've seen that.
Yes, it's another brilliant.
I don't
movie,
remember it whatsoever, but I'll be rewatching it at some point before
me
Deadpool
too.
Wolverine.
Good luck. Good luck. Godspeed. Yeah, exactly. Claxton's right. She did. She was. That's the life of the life of the rich and famous. They just chug wine. Butler gets me more.
It seemed like she was slurring her words, and when they first start talking, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Who else is worried about the optics?
Yeah, exactly. Ha ha. Yeah, very very funny.
Just so y'all know, he has ruby quartz glasses.
Yeah,
that's
Scott
right.
Summers is worried about optics. That's very good, Earl. I like that.
Oh, I didn't say it. That's
Rhett.
Rhett said that. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's a good one, Dr. Earl. We're gonna give Dr. Earl credit.
We're gonna give Dr. Earl credit. That's a really good. That's a good one, Dr. Earl.
No, stop that. Stop that.
But the kind of the next scene that we go to is them kind of the aftermath of Genosa. Did I do it right?
No.
I don't know.
Genosha.
Gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola,
Krakoa.
Genoa, salami. They're there. There's volunteers. They mentioned Mr. Rogers. I liked that as a person that would be willing to help. Who would always be willing to help is Mr. Rogers.
Yes, right.
They mentioned that for a second. Same voice actor from What If is voicing Captain America. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Well, Josh Keaton is just a big time voice actor. He did Spider-Man in Spectacular Spider-Man. A lot of people love that characterization.
Yeah.
That cartoon. He's done a lot of video games and a lot of other Marvel shows too. But yes, he is in What If.
But I do like the continuity of having the same voice actor from
Yeah.
What If in this.
Yeah.
I mean, that at least builds a bridge between.
And
I know that they have nothing to do with each other, but it does build a bridge between the shows.
I
You
like
mean for Captain America.
Yes.
I love the classic look, and I know that he was
Oh,
in
yeah.
the original. He was in the original '92 show in a flashback episode with Wolverine. I only know that because a billion people have mentioned it on social media. I haven't seen the episode, but I do love that they've retained the classic Cap look in this show.
I think that his interaction with Rogue was pretty funny. I mean, he's trying to be Mr. Straight Lace, do things by the book, and she's like, "I've got no time for that." And then she throws his shield across the forest.
Oh, I know. She just jumped
it. For some reason, so not knowing
time for that, sugar.
I did not know that her.
She probably caused an avalanche.
Probably could have. I didn't know her character had these like really strong powers like this. I mean, they never really portrayed stuff like that in the film.
Strong.
Rogue is fairly strong. Yeah, she just kind of.
Yeah, they didn't do that in the Fox X-Men universe.
No, they did not. They did not.
I don't even know if she had powers at all in that.
She did. Yeah, she did, but because by the third movie they've got the cure, and she literally by the end of the movie, spoiler alert, takes the cure and gets rid of her powers.
Dang it! I'm gonna watch it tonight.
It's been 20 years.
So, like, she can't touch
this
her
is
boyfriend.
a good question from Claxton, though. Will Rogue suffer any repercussions for all the government equipment she destroyed?
Yeah, she needs to be prosecuted. And
she needs to be thrown under the jail. Yeah. But she can't be...
In a non-idealized world, in a normal world, she would. But
yeah. But she I mean, to the point that she can get out of a Hulk, something that holds the Hulk, though. I mean, that's what's funny to me is like they're basically saying she's stronger than the Hulk. I mean, because she can get out of.
I think it's all relative to what they're protecting from what the Hulk can do versus what she can do with her powers.
Yeah, like I think she is. Daddy always said it's easier to break in than out of prison.
Yes, and I think she is very, very strong. Is what they're trying to display.
I would like to see. I would like to see, like, in these next episodes where what Scott Summers was talking about an episode or two ago, where hey, we spend all of our lives trying to save your butts, and we get no thanks. And I think something like the next episodes where like these Super Sentinels or whatever come along, that the X-Men are going to have to save humanity again, and then maybe will be forgiven. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's what they'll eventually get to.
And I don't know Bastion's motives. Like, I just don't know the character because he wasn't in my.
He's just the baddest of the bad.
He wasn't in my decade of X-Men reading. I went through a phase where I was like, I got to read medical school textbooks now.
It was kind of creepy. He was like shaving.
He's playing Purple People Eater.
Magneto.
So that's another big reveal, obviously. Magneto's still alive.
And he's got his collar on.
Yeah, the collar.
He's got the collar on. Hopefully he gives him a nice haircut as well. I'm tired of long-haired Magneto.
Yeah, I don't like long hair.
I need short hair Magneto. So obviously he's going to be controlling Magneto somehow, and we'll have yet again another battle between Magneto and Xavier.
Right? Did Xavier make it back this episode?
Not yet. They know he's coming though, because they intercepted a satellite feed.
Yes, that was very clever. I did like that.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I must have missed that.
It was towards the end of the episode.
Okay.
So Mr. Sinister and Bastion are in some like super secret hidden cave. And
the bad guys intercepted that, you're saying?
Yeah,
Or
the bad guys discovered that.
not the X-Men. Okay.
No, the bad guys discovered that. So Bastion is basically like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Bastion was introduced after Earl's Silver Age comics enthusiasm.
I was reading the Green Lantern and the Human Torch, and we were fighting the Jerrys. No, sorry. I'm sorry. That was my 1940s.
Earl, the Silver Age started with Showcase Presents #4 with the Flash Barry Allen being introduced
That's right.
in DC Comics. So actually,
okay,
the Golden
you're
Age
correct.
would be the
I was
40s.
being more in the.
I
the
know
Golden
that
Age.
you're doing a voice, but I'm assuming that information's actually correct.
It is correct information. Yes,
Harrison
exactly.
only gives correct information.
Exactly. So I do like that Bastion is calling out Sinister for being like a weak villain. Like nothing that he's basically like nothing you villains before me have done has been anything of consequence, basically.
I so would, but we got to move on.
No, we're not going to do that. We've got to move on. So Rogue does find Gyrich, who kind of, I mean, that was the source that she was needing to get to. So she gets to him.
That was a great scene too, with the music playing and you just see the guys getting sort of like manhandled behind him.
Yeah,
he's just cool cucumber waiting for her.
Yep.
And what happens with him though? Does he die?
Yeah.
So he gets eventually suffocated by Bastion, right?
Bastion kills him. We don't see Rogue kill him, but Bastion's like, you've given up too much information.
Rogue brings him to the brink of death, I think.
Close. Close.
Yeah, he's on his deathbed almost, basically. And then Bastion
you're right about that.
Job.
You're definitely right about that, because that's when she has that.
Oh, so tired when I watch this. I must have missed some.
Is Rogue the one that has that moment where she sees Nimrod, or is that Jean Grey? I can't remember.
I think it was Jean, but
okay.
Well, because
we don't really see the fight with Gyrich and Rogue, right?
Yeah,
we just see
her grab his neck and start sucking him.
And then because I think the next thing we see is Nightcrawler with Rogue, and Nightcrawler's
takes
kind
her
of
glove
top
off, right? Is that the one where she takes her glove off?
She takes her glove off because she.
She takes the glove off. She's going to kill Gyrich.
Yeah,
he's basically almost dead. Is Nightcrawler get her out of there? Is that
Nightcrawler gets her out of there, and they go
bamf,
and they go to.
She's like, I'm not hurting, sugar. And
they go to Mexico or something. They're in.
Well, they're already in Mexico.
Oh, okay. We see a Day of the Dead scene.
Yeah,
that was I like that.
Yeah, he was transported to Mexico City.
Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos. So yeah, Rogue is very unhinged in this episode all around. Basically,
yeah.
Look, I'm kind of into unhinged Rogue.
I agree with Earl.
Earl?
What did I say? Yawn.
So you're not liking this portrayal of Rogue, though. I take it, Dr. Earl.
Well, I don't know. I guess I just don't know the Rogue character. I'm not a Rogue fan because she was not part of my X-Men read when I was a kid. So
yeah,
for her to have this much power, and I also don't like things where it's like the heroes, kill people or whatever. Now I get it; she's grieving, but just because you're grieving,
I did not like that trash scene. But again, I like that it's immediately established that.
The good thing is that he's brought back to life because
no, he's not brought back to life. He's dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his death triggered the living Sentinel in him.
Yeah, it's not like Trask can come back from that. He's a living Sentinel now. So she did technically kill him. So not great. But Wolverine was okay with it, so who cares?
Wolverine is not
did what we all wanted to do, bud.
Yeah.
Wolverine is not the conscience of the.
Well, Morph definitely seems to be. He's like, is this who we are now? Is this? I
don't really care.
Dude, your Morph accent's pretty good there, buddy.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Morph is pretty. I could do without that.
Morph needs.
Good. They have
like
diet.
To give Morph a
they have Diet Coke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what was the
never
deal with
out.
him drinking finding the soda and
I'm so excited. They have Diet Coke.
Well, he mentions Trask mentions in the hologram to them or video message, whatever, the Diet Coke is always like the machine always has Diet Coke, and he
Yeah.
presses
Right.
the button and that triggers. It was obviously a way for him to tell them that there was a door behind the Diet Coke where he
Yeah, it was clever.
Yeah.
Instead of just outright saying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hey, press the Diet Coke button. Right.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it. I like
Yeah.
that kind of
It's
stuff.
good writing. It's good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better than just the character flat out telling. I like it. It's fine. It's good.
So my disappointment was they didn't play Total Eclipse of the Heart for Turnaround Bright Eyes.
Oh yeah, for the title of the episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's
I was like,
obviously it's because Trask has bright eyes. So I mean that was good. And then we get the Cable moment where he saves the day with the EMP.
But don't
Yes.
forget, Rogue calls Gambit Bright Eyes,
Mhm.
and then Cable is also called.
He's got his
Bright
one
Eyes.
bright eye.
Bright Eyes too. So.
But then there's also Trask with his bright eyes.
We're all just so tired.
It's endless.
So look, I loved the episode. I don't know what David Dollar was talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I thought this was a perfect setup.
It's definitely a slower episode until the end when you get to that fight. I could see someone going, this is a little bit slower, and we've just been. Well, the weird thing is, last episode was much slower, actually. So I don't.
Right, exactly.
This is not the episode I would complain about.
This isn't where they get sucked in. This isn't the episode where they get sucked into a video game.
I enjoyed
I
that
love
episode. At least they're
I get why people would enjoy that one, but like this is like just straight up like
more
excellent
story
television.
Yeah,
there's a story going on. Yeah.
And there's still a lot of the soap opera elements that kind of shine through in this episode. I notice.
Yeah.
So the hard part is like if you read the comics as a kid and you kind of watched the movies and you didn't watch 97, then watching this you're like, who are these people? It's not for and that's the danger of this type of thing where
So I was gonna say that I'm gonna wait until all the episodes are out before I say like I don't know if anyone could just jump into this without having prior knowledge.
I think it would be
pretty
hard.
much just jumped into this without like I'm pretty much one of those people. Like I have a little bit more than but like for people that are watching this show, I would put myself like in the camp of no background on X-Men.
Yeah. I'm in between that. I did watch the original series, but I didn't do a rewatch, so I didn't prepare for 97. So I know a lot of people did a full rewatch and prepared for 97 coming out, and it certainly had plenty of time to do it. I just didn't get around to it. So I'm as the show's progressing, I'm remembering the characters a little bit better each episode. Now they're introducing a bunch of new characters that I have no clue about, like Bastion. Not very knowledgeable. Nimrod, not very knowledgeable. And so it's just one of those things you just have to go with the show.
So when you're old like me and Earl, like where we originally like read these comics as a kid when I was like 10, it's like, oh, do I remember? Am I remembering a movie or a comic book or
right?
So
yeah, you can't quite remember where you're remembering things from.
That's what Wikipedia is for, and all. You're like, oh, okay. So I'm able to put the pieces together. It's good.
So I mean, the last 3 episodes of the series are a 3-parter. So we'll get the first part. This coming Wednesday. Tolerance is Extinction.
Aren't we supposed to watch something in season 4, like the first 2 episodes?
That might have been, there was a tweet that went out that said, hey, if you watch these particular episodes from the 4th season of the animated series, it might help out.
Is that stories about Bastion, maybe? Or
no, because he wasn't in. I think Bastion's new. I don't know.
He's from the comics, I think, but.
Yeah, I'm sorry, he's not from the animated series. Yeah, new to the animated series. Maybe not new from the comic, obviously.
Okay, all right, that's right.
Anyways, well, cool. Well, it was. I loved the episode. It's got an 8.8.
3-episode arc finale here. They're all
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Extinction. Yeah, 1, 2.
Maybe they'll just be flying to the planet.
Is that what Michael just said?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I didn't say it as
Sorry.
I didn't say it as
what did he say? What did he say?
We both just said the same thing in a way. A 3-parter to end the series.
Deja vu.
Yeah. I was looking it up and I missed it as I was looking it up.
So lots more Theo James, because I think he's doing a great job voice acting. I was surprised.
I haven't finished The Gentleman yet, but I'm actually really enjoying him in that too.
Oh, is that a good show? I need to watch that. But
one of my buddies said it was really good.
It's one of those
Where's that streaming?
Netflix.
I don't know that it will. I don't know that it will beat the movie for me because I really enjoyed.
The movie is great. Yeah, the movie is fantastic.
But it's pretty good.
Ewan McGregor?
No.
That's
The Gentleman in Moscow.
Yeah, that's the.
This is the Guy Ritchie.
Gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a movie with
Matthew McConaughey, Hugh Grant. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And the guy from Succession was in that too.
The best boy.
Yeah, best boy. Wasn't he in it?
Yeah.
But anyway, the show stars Theo James and some other smaller actors. Longer form, similar. The one connection really is that they both deal with the same marijuana drug trade happening in Britain. But
wow,
that's awesome. All right, here we go. Wrapping it up. Garrison, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at GRyfin3, GRYFUN3, Instagram. You can find me at Letterboxd, GRyfin. You can find me on Goodreads, I guess, where I'm reading this. Kaladin's just been left in the high storm, and I got to know what happens next.
I hate that about him.
I know, yeah.
It's rough. It's rough. The high storm's rough.
We can find you reading a book, is what I'm hearing.
We can find you reading a book. Exactly.
Yes.
Both Brian and Dr. Earl are off the grid, but still, you can find them in the Deucecord from time to time. Brian certainly more often than Dr. Earl. Dr. Earl only likes to hang out in the pretentious corner, and so in order to be even more pretentious, he's not in there that often. Not in there that often.
I come all the time to all the sites.
I'm just messing with you. You're a doctor of the people. And so you like to visit the little people.
If you're in my neighborhood, I'm going to yell at you, get off my lawn, because I'm old.
So if you're watching this at a later date and want to join our Discord family, you can email thedeucecast@gmail.com and we can send you a link if I make sure you're a real person. Roth, what is going on in the Good Day for a Movie podcast space?
Yeah, Sage was in transit back from New York, moving, so we did not have time to record an episode this past week, but instead we released A Catholic and Two Protestants Go to the Movies.
Hey,
that's
our
right.
Final episode that we've done. We may have to get our butts in motion here and maybe record another one. Next week we are reviewing The Sunset Limited, which is a TV movie with Sam Jackson and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes.
Yep. So that is coming. I still haven't watched it yet. Planning on doing that this week. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. I am not on Goodreads because I don't believe in reading. At Roth from Wyoming.
Hey man, readers are leaders.
I don't know how, so it's tough to have a Goodreads account.
Oh, gosh,
yeah, Good Day for a Movie podcast is the podcast.
Awesome.
And,
Good stuff. Looking forward to that episode with the Tommy Lee Jones movie. I need to watch that before you guys do that episode. It's on Max, you said, right?
Yep. 90 minutes.
Oh, gosh, I love a tight 90. I need to watch that. All right, here we go. The Deucecast movie show releases every Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, we have an epic Reflections episode catching up for like 2 months of stuff. We also introduced the films for International Earl. That's hard to say. It's hard to say. The international films that were assigned to Dr. Earl to watch. There
International Man of Mystery.
International Man of Mystery. We also do our first top 5 of 2024. So we mentioned the films that are in our top 5 of 2024 thus far.
Adam Webb.
This isn't a two-parter, Mikey?
No, we're not going to be able to
in one episode.
Wow,
we're not going to be able to release it that way. I think you're
going to have to clear your other.
2.5 hours of. Goodness.
Sorry, Father Mike, I'm not reading the Bible for the next 2 days.
I need to make room on my iPod.
Yeah, you need to make room on the iPod. So you can actually fit the episode on there.
Can I get
I
it
am
burned
at,
on a disc? Like a
Yeah, exactly. So we will be back next week for sure to talk about episode 8, Tolerance is Extinction of X-Men 97,
part 1.
and the series finale, we think, of The Bad Batch coming your way. The Cavalry has arrived.
Wow.
Coming your way next Tuesday night. Looking forward to it as always. Thanks for everyone that hung out in the chat. Even Rhett, appreciate the participation.
We
And
appreciate Taylor stopping by.
Claxton Taylor supporting.
Team Taylor.
Taylor supports way better than Rhett does. So I already like Taylor more than I do Rhett. So thanks for dropping
I do
by.
too.
I hope so.
That's fair.
And we will see you guys next week. Thanks so much, guys. It was a fun one.